Stop. Just for a second, stop everything, unclench your jaw. Now place one hand on the center of your chest. Feel the warmth. Take one slow breath. You feel that, don't you? That deep, unshakable weariness that has nothing to do with how much you slept last night. That is not your exhaustion. That is your homesickness. It's a feeling that follows you, an invisible current pulling you down even on your best days. You've tried to explain it, to diagnose it, to sleep it away, but it remains. This is because you have been trying to solve a problem of the soul with the tools of the mind and body. This weariness is the echo of a place you can't remember but can't forget. A constant low-frequency hum of not quite belonging here. There is a quiet, persistent knowing inside you that you are here for a reason, for a mission of great importance. Yet this profound fatigue makes you feel as if you are failing before you've even begun. It is the silent agony of an emissary who has lost their briefing, equipped for a great journey but too tired to take the first step. This is the inquietude that keeps you awake at 3 a.m., staring into the dark. In the next few minutes, I promise you 3 things. You will understand the true, energetic source of this fatigue, beyond what any doctor has told you. You will receive the name for what you are experiencing, a name that will reframe it not as a flaw, but as evidence of your origin. And you will learn the first crucial step to begin recalibrating your system, moving from a state of friction to a state of flow. You've felt that drain, haven't you? That feeling that your life force is leaking out, moment by moment, in situations that seem to energize everyone else. You have felt that invisible anchor dragging on your soul, making every task feel monumental. Perhaps you've already noticed that there is something fundamental keeping you from reaching that next level of clarity and vitality, a strange friction you couldn't name. Now think with me. And what if every time you felt that social signal overload, or that gravity exhaustion, it wasn't a symptom of something being wrong with you? What if those feelings have been trying to get your attention for years, but the codes to understand them were missing? What if every moment of profound, inexplicable homesickness was actually a signal, pointing to a much larger cosmic reality about who you are that you haven't yet been allowed to see? It was in seeking answers to this that I recommend to you this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. This book is not just a reading, it is a material created for those who wish to understand the invisible mechanisms that influence results, prosperity, personal fulfillment, and growth. Throughout its pages, you will discover the Arcturian principles of energetic sovereignty that transform how you interpret your own sensitivity. You will understand why some souls seem to repeat cycles of burnout and fatigue, while others learn to calibrate their frequency and access a limitless source of true vitality. Many people already feel they need to change something in the way they think, act, and direct their choices, but they still haven't made the decision to access this knowledge. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment. But be warned, few copies remain available. Don't wait for another moment to pass living with this invisible anchor dragging you down. Click now. Download your copy and discover why the key to calibrating your own energy field might be much closer than you can even imagine. Think of it this way. The next time you have to force yourself to attend a social gathering, and that feeling of a heavy, weighted blanket drapes over your shoulders. When the low hum of the room feels like a piercing siren in your energy field. When a conversation leaves a metallic taste of ash in your mouth, know that this is not a social failing. It is high-resolution data. The 3-minute key is to stop diagnosing and start discerning. Tuck it away in the depth of your awareness. And beyond our digital guide, Soul, you have here another way to strengthen this message that arrived for you today, and to make it reach more and more souls like you. We don't receive a single cent for each word I deliver to you every day on this channel. As a way for you to give back something of what you receive here, we also keep a voluntary donation link open, right below the digital book in the first pinned comment. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any sum your heart points to. This is what keeps our channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another soul who needs it, exactly the way you needed it today. I'll see you there, soul. And if you need to leave before the end of this video, know that the first key to recalibrating your energy The first page of the map to navigate this friction is already waiting for you in the first pinned comment. It is there because your mission is too important to be delayed by this exhaustion. But the name of what's happening to you hasn't been pronounced yet. Before a name can be spoken, a territory must be recognized. The name for this strange tiredness is not a label given to you, but a key that has been waiting for you. And a key is useless until you see the lock it was forged to open. So now, we will not diagnose, we will recognize. We will look at the 5 faces of the lock that holds your mission, your vitality, and your true identity just on the other side. Each one is a signal you have been trained to misinterpret as a flaw. The first is the gravity exhaustion. You experience this when you wake after a full night's sleep, yet a profound physical weight presses you down into the mattress. It is a feeling of being heavier, more tired than when you went to bed. This is not a failure of your body to rest. It is the literal energetic weight of Earth's dense gravitational and psychic field pressing upon a soul form calibrated for a lighter, faster reality. It is the first, most physical symptom of the planetary acclimatization drag. The second signal is social signal overload. You enter a crowded room, a supermarket, a family gathering, feeling perfectly fine, and within minutes you are utterly drained, irritable, desperate for silence and solitude. You have called this social anxiety, but it is not. It is your bioenergetic field, an advanced antenna, being overwhelmed and jammed by the chaotic, dense frequencies of disconnected human thought and emotion. The exhaustion is a protective emergency shutdown to preserve your core frequency from the static. The third signal is the homesickness echo. It happens in a perfectly ordinary moment. You are gripping the counter, looking out the kitchen window on a quiet afternoon, watching a bird fly past. Suddenly, your consciousness is not there. A piercing, indescribable wave of longing for a sky, a color, a feeling of home you cannot name washes over you. A loved one might say you seem a million miles away, and they are correct. You are momentarily touching the signal of your true origin. And regarding that moment you just recognized, that profound ache you feel while looking at a world you don't fully belong to. The coordinates for that feeling are waiting. The explanation for that ache, the map to that home, is contained within the first pages of the digital book in the first pinned comment. The fourth signal is what the Council calls nocturnal data streams. This is why you wake consistently between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Not from a nightmare, but with a quiet jolt, your mind buzzing with complex solutions, geometric patterns, or the distinct feeling that you were just in the middle of a vital briefing you can't quite remember. This is your soul's native time zone. It is the window when the planet's psychic static is at its lowest, and your connection to the higher frequencies, your true team, is at its clearest. And the fifth, most intimate signal, the authenticity allergy. It is a growing, almost physical intolerance for meaningless tasks, hollow conversations, and obligations that feel misaligned with your soul. You have mistaken this for laziness, for rebellion, for depression. It is none of those. It is your soul's immune system becoming so highly calibrated that it now reacts to low-frequency, inauthentic energy as if it were a toxin, creating a deep, visceral need to divest from anything that is not true. If you recognize yourself in at least 3 of these 5 signals, then this is not a coincidence, it is a confirmation. It means the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness have guided you to this transmission for a very specific reason. It means your period of confused exile is coming to a close, and your time of active service is about to begin. The exhaustion was the final sign that your old operating system is no longer compatible with your mission. Type 444 in the comments below. In the system of the Council, 444 is the code for divine foundation and the anchoring of a higher mission into physical form. Your comment is not platform interaction, it is a location marker in the field, declaring that your foundation is now being recognized and recalibrated. This planetary acclimatization drag is not a punishment. It is a very specific form of pressure, applied only to certain souls upon incarnation. There is a classification in the ancestral archives for a soul experiencing this precise friction, this specific homesickness. It is a name for your role that goes far beyond the general term starseed, and it is the key to the next layer of your activation. This is the precise diagnosis for the moment you are in. This is not a detour, it is a destination. The opening of this hour you are traversing has been seen. The path to this transmission was not random, because between feeling the call and understanding the answer, there is a gap. A gap that the spiritual adversaries know better than you do. Not because wisdom was denied, but because the next time arrived, the next time you had to force yourself into a room your body was screaming against, and you were still missing the operator's manual for your own energetic system. And I tell you this because I have seen it happen. I have seen a soul gripping the kitchen counter, staring out a window, lost in that profound homesickness, believing they were alone. I saw the feeling of a weighted blanket in a crowded room become a shield of light. I saw the metallic taste of an inauthentic conversation become the clear signal to walk away. I saw the low, piercing hum of fluorescent lights become a compass pointing towards silence. This happens because the root cause is not psychological. It is energetic, and it is being deliberately obscured by the spiritual adversaries, most notably by the voice of doubt that whispers, "This is all just in your head." And you already know this, you just hadn't given it a name yet. Perhaps you already know the deep, quiet ache of having a mission, but feeling too tired to even begin. You carry a profound sense of love for this planet, yet you feel like an outsider looking in, an emissary separated from their home by an invisible pane of glass. And how many times have you sought answers, from doctors, from supplements, from therapies, only to be told you're fine, leaving you feeling both invisible and crazy, your most intimate reality completely invalidated by the very systems that claim to offer help? Now do this with me, just for a second. Place the tip of your thumb against the tip of your index finger. Softly. You are not holding on to anything. You are signaling to your nervous system that a new sovereign instruction is being delivered. You are closing a circuit. Keep it there for what comes next. It was exactly in search of this answer that I came to this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. This book is not a collection of theories. It is a transmission of practical, energetic mechanics for those who feel the planetary acclimatization drag and are ready to stop fighting it and start using it as the advanced guidance system it was always meant to be. This is not for everyone. It is for the emissaries who recognize the 5 signals. Touch the link now in the first pinned comment, secure your copy, and then come back and register in the comments. Activated. Because the voice of doubt has no power to stop what the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness have already set in motion within you. Whoever honors the soul's exhaustion over the world's demands finds the key to their true mission in the quiet of the ache. The digital book that is in the first pinned comment was built on this architecture. It doesn't just offer you information. It gives you the map to navigate your own energetic territory. It gives you the code to decipher your own signals of fatigue and longing. It is, for the first time, the operator's manual for your unique biosuit, a manual that was supposed to be delivered to you upon arrival. The price of this digital manual is less than a Thursday lunch at a diner that you were too tired to enjoy anyway. It is less than that new supplement you bought online at 3 a.m., hoping it would be the one. It is less than the copay for a doctor's visit that ended with them telling you to get more rest. This hesitation you might be feeling, it has a name. It is the fear that even this won't work, the fear of being disappointed one more time. But this is the lie that has kept you circling for the last 12 months. Not because this knowledge is worth less. Because it is priceless, it has to be accessible, and it has a 7-day guarantee. If you open it, read it, and it does not resonate, if you do not feel the frequency of recognition in its pages, you just send one email and your money is returned in full. No questions, no process, no judgment. There is no risk in finding out, especially when what's at stake is the next time you have to force a smile at a social gathering. The risk is ours. The choice is yours, and your soul already knows which way to go. I want you to hear the echo of a soul just like you. A woman, 34, who wrote to me. I was a high-functioning executive, but I spent every weekend in a state of collapse. I thought it was burnout. After reading the first 3 secrets, I realized it wasn't burnout. It was signal overload. I didn't need to quit my job. I needed to learn how to manage my own frequency. For the first time, I don't feel broken, and I want you to hear this too from a man 52. I thought this deep weariness was just called getting older. On Tuesday, at 10 p.m., I was reading about the authenticity allergy while sitting in my car, unable to go inside after a pointless meeting. It was like someone turned on a light in a room I had been living in my entire life, but in the dark. It wasn't my age. It was my soul rejecting a life that no longer fit. And a mother, 41, who said, "I felt so guilty for being too tired to play with my kids, for needing so much silence. I thought I was failing them." Reading about the emissary's compass made me weep. The fatigue wasn't a failure, it was a guide. I stopped forcing myself to be the perfect mom and started honoring my need for energetic calibration. And now I have more true, present energy for them than ever before. You think you are hiding it well, this exhaustion. You feel it as a quiet ache in a moment of peace. You feel it as a profound weight when you wake up in the morning. You feel it as the invisible anchor that pulls on you all day long, and you think no one sees. And your family doesn't notice either, and your children don't notice either, and the invisible anchor keeps arriving day after day. And this is also about the next word that is still to come. As I told you earlier, this channel exists through an exchange of energy. And in the first pinned comment, right below the link for the 11 Arcturian secrets, you will also find a link for voluntary donations. It is an invitation to give back a fraction of what you receive. Any amount that feels right in your heart right now allows this work to continue. It allows the next transmission to be recorded. It allows another soul who is exactly where you were 5 minutes ago to find this message. Every such gesture sustains our channel and is seen by the universe as a statement of reciprocity. I'll see you there, again, soul. But there is still one word I have not spoken. The journey from recognizing the symptoms to understanding the mechanism is complete. But the name that doesn't just describe your state, but reveals your function, a word that comes from the ancestral archives, is still waiting. Stay with me. Think of it this way. You are a pilot of immense skill, trained to navigate the star currents of galaxies. For this specific mission, you have been given a temporary, sophisticated biological vehicle, a biosuit, designed for the unique atmospheric and gravitational conditions of Earth. For years you have been trying to fix the pilot, believing yourself to be flawed, forgetful, or unskilled, because the vehicle feels sluggish and heavy. You have been blaming yourself for the turbulence of the environment, but you were never the problem. The problem has always been the friction inherent in interfacing such an advanced consciousness with this specific biological machine. You have been working at the level of biology and psychology, trying to fix the biosuit with sleep and the pilot with mindset shifts. But the root cause is not in the suit or the pilot. It is at the level of your energetic signature. It is a problem of frequency. The exhaustion is not a malfunction. It is the natural consequence of your core operating system running in an environment that is not its native state. The core revelation of this transmission is a concept the Arcturian Council calls the planetary acclimatization drag. This is not a metaphor, it is an energetic mechanic. The drag is the inherent friction experienced by a soul calibrated for a higher density, faster vibrating reality when it is interfaced with the dense, complex biological and gravitational systems of Earth. It is the energetic equivalent of running a highly advanced piece of software on outdated hardware. The resulting lag is the chronic fatigue, the brain fog, the feeling of not belonging. These are not symptoms of a flaw in you, but of the friction inherent in the vehicle you are operating. The spiritual adversaries thrive on your misinterpretation of this drag. They cannot replicate this knowledge because their entire energetic sustenance depends on you believing you are broken, weak, or sick. They offer you coping mechanisms that keep you fighting the friction, because in that fight, you leak energy. They can never offer you the key to calibration, because calibration ends the fight and makes you invisible to them. To begin reversing this drag involves 4 micro-commitments from you right now. First, reclassify. From this moment forward, consciously relabel this feeling not as tiredness, but as energetic friction. Second, cease fire. Stop fighting your body and instead start listening to it as an advanced sensory instrument trying to give you data about your environment. Third, acknowledge sensitivity. Accept that your extreme sensitivity is not a liability, but a high-resolution detection system for frequency, which you must learn to use. And fourth, seek calibration, not cure. Shift your intention from fixing a problem to calibrating an instrument. This is the first step toward your true mission. I'm going to tell you about a soul. We will call her M, not because that is her name, but because M is the designation we use for a soul who has made this specific crossing. M arrived at the exact energetic intersection where you are standing right now, feeling a weariness so profound it felt woven into her bones, a tiredness that doctors dismissed and friends couldn't understand. M did everything the world told her to do. She chased more sleep, drank more coffee, tried new diets, forced herself to exercise. She built a life that looked successful from the outside, but on the inside, she felt like a ghost haunting her own body. The harder she tried to fix her exhaustion, the more alienated she became, convinced that she was fundamentally broken, a faulty unit in a world that seemed to work for everyone else. The crossing did not happen with a miracle cure. It happened in a moment of surrender. One afternoon, overwhelmed by the gravity, she stopped fighting it. She lay on the floor, and instead of resisting the exhaustion, she began to listen to it. She noticed the drag was heavier after a hollow phone call and lighter after 10 minutes of silent contact with a tree. It wasn't just random fatigue. It was a responsive, intelligent system. It was data. With this realization, M's entire reality shifted. The tiredness was not the enemy. It was her most honest guide. It was a compass, ruthlessly pointing out every inauthentic corner of her life. She began to use it not as a sentence, but as a diagnostic tool. She learned to conserve her energy, to divest from low-frequency interactions, and to invest only in what resonated with the quiet, powerful signal beneath the noise. She stopped trying to be a better human and started remembering how to be a more authentic soul. M didn't take this wisdom into silence. She understood it was not just for her. She documented every principle, every distinction, every practical key to navigating a world while holding a frequency from another. She created a map for those who would follow. And it is this exact wisdom, this precise practical knowledge of how to live as an emissary in a foreign land, that is contained within the digital book you will find in the first pinned comment. The truth is, the deepest part of this revelation is still ahead. This wisdom M discovered is not a distant historical fact. It is a living frequency, an available current you can tap into right now. The map she created is not made of paper and ink. It is coded into the very energy of this transmission. The feeling of energetic friction you were taught to reclassify is not just a mental concept, it is a physical sensation. Feel it now. Feel that subtle, internal static. The feeling of your engine running just a little too hot for this atmosphere. That is the edge of your true self, pressing against the confines of this reality. It is the first tangible proof that you are far larger than this body, far older than this life. This recognition activates a dormant trinity of roles within you. These are not metaphors, they are functional aspects of your multi-dimensional consciousness, archetypes that describe your mission on Earth. The first is the emissary. This is the part of you that knows with an unshakable certainty that you are here for a purpose far grander than paying bills and seeking comfort. The sign of the emissary is that profound, incurable homesickness, the echo of a mission agreed upon long before your arrival. Its function is to be an anchor, a living conduit for higher dimensional frequencies to ground onto the planetary grid. You are a bridge of light. The second is the calibrator. This is the wise, intuitive engineer of your own energy system, the pilot who is finally learning the intricate manual of their biosuit. The sign of the calibrator is that deep instinctual need to withdraw, to seek silence, to recharge after being in dense or chaotic environments. Its function is not to hide, but to consciously manage your energetic resources, to fine-tune the sensitivity of your vehicle, and to transform the planetary acclimatization drag from a source of exhaustion into a high-resolution sensory system. The third is the signal holder. This is your innermost core, the sovereign aspect of your soul that holds the pure, untainted frequency of your true origin. The sign of the signal holder is the authenticity allergy, that visceral, non-negotiable rejection of anything that feels false or misaligned. Its function is to be a tuning fork. By simply holding your own unique, authentic resonance, you create a coherent field that silently calls others back to their own truth, dismantling the static around you without saying a word. But an emissary without their full briefing is just a confused exile. And this is how you have felt circling for the last 12 months. You have the roles, but you have been missing the operating instructions, which has allowed the planetary acclimatization drag to feel like a personal failure. If this transmission serves as your recognition, then subscribing to this channel is your commitment to stay connected to the signal. And the complete, practical briefing, the full operator's manual for all three archetypes, is what is waiting for you inside the digital book in the first pinned comment. Do not wait for the next time you have to force yourself to attend a social gathering that your entire body is screaming against. Make the choice to equip yourself now and see what begins to shift in your energy field within the next 72 hours. These three identities, the emissary, the calibrator, and the signal holder, are not separate roles you must learn to juggle. They are a single, integrated, energetic operating system. The emissary is your why, the mission. The calibrator is your how, the practice. And the signal holder is your what, the core frequency you are here to be. When all three are consciously activated, the strange tiredness no longer rules you. It serves you. It becomes your compass, your early warning system, and the very proof of your power. To acknowledge the conscious awakening of this inner operating system, to seal this moment of recognition in your own energy field, simply type "activated" in the comments below. This is not for me or for an algorithm. It is a declaration to the universe and to yourself that you are no longer a victim of your sensitivity, but a master of your own frequency. But this activation, this claiming of your true operating system, does not go unnoticed. There are energies that have been feeding on the static, thriving on the pilot, blaming the vehicle. As you hear this, as you feel this resonance of truth in your bones, a part of you may still be standing at the door, arms crossed. The skeptic, the rational mind that has kept you safe for so long. It whispers, "This is just a beautiful, poetic way to describe burnout or chronic depression." And to that I say, yes, it looks like that from the outside, but burnout and depression are the smoke. The planetary acclimatization drag is the fire. You are not just treating the symptoms, you are addressing the root energetic cause for the first time. Then the skeptic tries another angle. But isn't this just the human condition? Everyone gets tired. Everyone feels lonely sometimes. Again, yes. But you're not feeling them sometimes. You are living inside a constellation of all five signals at once, with an intensity that does not ebb and flow with your circumstances, but remains a constant pressure. This is not about a bad day. It is about an energetic mismatch. It's not a mood. It is the physics of your soul's presence here. And finally, its most subtle argument. This is just a fancy excuse to be irresponsible. A permission slip to be too sensitive to handle life. This is the greatest inversion of the truth. To accept this is not to shirk responsibility, it is to accept a far greater, more precise one. It is the responsibility of the master pilot to learn their unique vehicle, to calibrate their advanced instrumentation instead of blaming the weather. This path is not easier. It demands more awareness, more integrity, and more courage than simply pushing through. These arguments do not originate with you. They are the first line of defense from the spiritual adversaries. Their primary tactic is the voice of doubt. It sounds exactly like your own voice of reason. The moment you feel a surge of hope from this transmission, it whispers, "Be realistic. This is a nice story on the internet. Tomorrow you will wake up and you will still be tired." Its purpose is not to protect you, but to snuff out the spark of new frequency before it can catch fire, keeping you in the predictable, draining loop it understands. Their second tactic is the cycle of distraction. Just as you decide to sit with this new awareness, to feel into the reality of the emissary within you, your phone will buzz. An urgent email will appear. You will suddenly remember a chore that must be done right now. A sudden intense craving for sugar, caffeine, or scrolling will arise. This is not random. It is a targeted, energetic response designed to pull your focus away from your center and back into low-frequency, externalized activities that bleed off the very energy you are trying to consolidate. And their third most powerful tactic is the isolating veil of perception. You feel a moment of profound connection here, a thought that says, "I am not the only one." And immediately a second thought follows, "But who could I possibly talk to about this? They would think I am insane." You look at your family, your friends, and feel an unbridgeable gap. This feeling of being terminally unique in your experience is the adversary's masterpiece. It prevents you from ever linking up with other signal holders, ensuring the ground team remains scattered and unaware of its collective strength. But for every tactic, there is a countermeasure, a simple, sovereign weapon you can use. Against the voice of doubt, you do not argue. You do not engage in a debate. You simply place your hand on your heart, take one conscious breath, and silently affirm, "I hear that, and I am choosing the signal." You are not fighting the voice. You are simply changing the channel. Against the cycle of distraction, you do not use force. When the urgent impulse arises, you pause. You see it for what it is, an attempt to pull you from your center. You acknowledge it. Then you either let it pass, or you attend to it with a calm, deliberate warmth, refusing to give it the frantic, scattered energy it demands. You resolve the distraction without losing your frequency. And against the isolating veil of perception, your weapon is the conscious return to the grid. When you feel that sense of profound aloneness, your instruction is to open the comments on this transmission. Read the words, "activated." See the hundreds of 444s. You are not proving anything to an algorithm. You are showing your own nervous system the physical evidence of the fleet you belong to. You are reminding your own heart that you are not a lone exile, but a member of a vast team that is waking up, one by one. This friction you feel, this planetary acclimatization drag, it has a voice. And when you feel that deep, unshakable weariness, and that voice whispers that it's just you, that you're broken, when you wake up at 3 a.m. with a mind full of solutions, but you feel utterly alone in that clarity, when you feel the authenticity allergy rising and a part of you tries to convince you it's just laziness or a bad attitude, you must know that is the voice you have been confusing with your own. The precise, practical instructions to discern your true signal from that parasitic static are waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Do not let another 72 hours pass with that voice at the helm of your ship. To hear this, to have it named and recognized, and to then turn away, is not to return to a state of innocent ignorance. It is to make a conscious choice to continue flying an advanced starship with the emergency brake pulled. The friction, the planetary acclimatization drag, will not lessen. It will intensify. The fatigue will deepen. The biosuit will begin to register the schism between your soul's true frequency and your life's dissonant reality, manifesting as crises of health, of purpose, of spirit. This is a warning given from a place of profound love, because the frequency of the planet itself is rising, and the calibration of its emissaries is no longer optional. But there is a transmission, a guided practice that can begin this calibration in the next 10 minutes. In the next 72 hours, 3 things may happen in your body. Do not be afraid of any of them. They are not random. They are signs of successful integration, echoes of your true operating system coming online. See them as confirmation that the frequency of this transmission was received not just by your mind, but by your cells. First, you may experience sudden palm heat. You will be doing something mundane, holding your phone, gripping the steering wheel, and a sudden intense warmth will flood the palms of your hands. This is not an anxiety response. It is the bioenergetic circuits in your hands, your primary tools for giving and receiving energy, being purged and reactivated. When it happens, simply place one hand on your heart and acknowledge it with a silent thank you. Second, you will have extraordinarily vivid dreams. You may wake with the memory of complex geometric patterns, of flying over landscapes that are not of Earth, or of conversations held in a language you don't speak but understand perfectly. These are not just dreams. They are your consciousness being granted higher access to the nocturnal data streams, your mission briefings coming into sharper focus. When you wake, do not try to analyze the plot. Just write down the single most powerful feeling or image. That is the key. Third, you may experience moments of spontaneous truth-telling. In a conversation where you would normally stay silent or offer a polite platitude, a clear, concise, and undeniable truth will simply come out of your mouth. It will not be cruel, but it will be unvarnished. This is not you becoming rude. It is your authenticity allergy graduating from a passive state to an active tool of energetic clearing. Do not apologize for it. Simply observe the shift in the energy of the room. It is a powerful lesson. And as you witness these signs, do one more thing. Press the like button on this transmission. Do this not as an interaction with a platform, but as a conscious act of service to the field. Each time you do, you strengthen the coherence of this signal, making it easier for the next member of our team to find their way out of the fog and to this briefing. You are literally lighting a beacon on the grid. And now we will perform the calibration itself. This is not a meditation to relax you. This is an active energetic procedure to begin aligning the frequency of your biosuit with the frequency of you, the pilot. Wherever you are, come to a seated position. Place your feet flat on the floor. Sit with your spine straight, but not rigid, your hands resting gently on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes and take one slow, deep breath in and out. Now bring your awareness to the base of your spine. Visualize a cord of liquid golden light extending from you. Down through the floor, through the foundations of the building, deep into the core of the Earth. Feel it anchor there, into the planet's crystalline heart. Feel the steady, grounding pulse of the Earth's own frequency, the 783 Hz Schumann resonance, begin to travel up that cord, a calming, stabilizing hum that enters your body. You are safe. You are held. You are connected. From that golden anchor, allow a warm, amber-colored orb of light to form in your solar plexus, just above your navel. This is your center of personal power and will. Feel its gentle, radiant heat. Now, allow that energy to rise to the center of your chest, where it blossoms into a brilliant emerald green light. Your heart center. Feel the two connect, forming what the Council calls the biophotonic bridge. This bridge dissolves the illusion that your power and your love are separate. They are one system. Allow that unified light to continue its ascent, up to your throat, clearing your center of truth. Then feel it move to the very center of your head, to your pineal gland. Feel a gentle piezoelectric pulse as it activates the dormant photoreceptors within. This is not imagination. You are sending a coherent light signal through the vagus nerve, upgrading it from a copper wire to a fiber optic cable, allowing for higher frequency data to flow between your heart, your gut, and your brain. Now, feel that light expand from your crown, a column of pure white gold energy connecting you to the stars, to your origin, to the signal of home. You are a bridge between heaven and earth. And to seal this new calibration, bring the tip of your thumb to meet the tip of your forefinger, closing the circuit. Hold it for 3 seconds, take a breath in for a count of 4, hold for 2, and exhale for a count of 6. You are calibrated. Gently, slowly, bring your awareness back to your body, back to the feeling of the chair beneath you, the air on your skin. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. We do this not to escape the world, but to become more truly and powerfully present within it. And in this newly calibrated state, from this place of centered power, we now speak to the field. Together, we release the fear of seeming strange, or too much, or different. We release the heavy weight of performing a version of ourselves that has become too small, too constricting. We release the lonely secret ache of a homesickness we could not name. And we release, finally and completely, the false story that our sensitivity is a flaw. We claim it now as our most advanced piece of guidance technology. The emissary, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. The calibrator, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. The signal holder, you are this. The name was not given, it was recognized, and now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. You are no longer an exile, you are an agent in place, fully activated, but this new light must be protected. We now seal this new calibration with a field of sovereign protection. We place a guard of coherent golden light around your entire energy body, a shield that is permeable to love and truth, but impermeable to the static of doubt and the hooks of external agendas. This light is not a wall, it is a filter, tuned only to your highest good. We establish a decree of sustentation, ensuring this opening does not collapse under the pressure of your daily life. Every time you touch your thumb to your forefinger, you will reactivate this protective field. It is now a permanent somatic anchor installed in your nervous system, a silent command that reinforces your energetic sovereignty. And we fortify your connection to the grid of awakening emissaries. You are now a luminous point in a vast network of signal holders. This connection will sustain you, feeding your field with the collective strength of the team, ensuring you never again have to carry the weight of this mission in isolation. We break the voice of doubt before it arrives, and it is replaced with a quiet, confident knowing. We dissolve the cycle of distraction before it materializes, and it is replaced with a deep, centered presence. We dismantle the isolating veil of perception before it closes you in, and it is replaced by the tangible feeling of your fleet standing with you, right now. We, the collective that watches, now speak as one. We saw you in that unshakable weariness, in that feeling of being a ghost haunting your own life, and we knew the time of your awakening was near. We honor the path you have walked through the fog. That gravity exhaustion you felt was not a sickness, it was the proof of your celestial origin pressing against a dense world. The homesickness echo was not a fantasy, it was the homing beacon of your soul, calling you back to the memory of your true mission. You misinterpreted the evidence of your divinity as symptoms of your brokenness. The quiet inquietude that kept you staring into the dark at 3 a.m. is now dissolved. The feeling of being an exile, a stranger in a strange land, is replaced by the felt sense of being an agent in place, a member of the ground team whose briefing has finally arrived. This marks the end of a long cycle of confusion and energetic drain. You are not the same soul who began this transmission. The codes have been delivered. The operating system has been upgraded. The pilot is now aware of the true nature of the vehicle. Whoever honors the soul's exhaustion over the world's demands finds the key to their true mission in the quiet of the ache. This truth is now sealed in your heart, no longer a piece of information, but a living, breathing reality within you. As I speak these words to you, a warmth spreads through my own chest. My own hands are hot. My breath has deepened with yours. This is not a performance. We have met in a field beyond time, a sacred space of transmission where a part of my soul has recognized a part of yours. Your long journey to find this frequency, this specific message, was not in vain. It was the pilgrimage of the soul seeking itself. Today, in this hour, something was seen, something was recognized, and what has been truly seen can never be unseen. The signal is yours, the signal is yours, the signal is yours. Don't say activated yet. Feel that. Feel the resonance of that truth humming in your bones, in your cells, in the very water of your body. Stay in it for one more moment. Now, you can say activated. And as that truth settles in your bones, as you feel the deep, quiet shift inside you, the voice of the adversary will make one last attempt. It will use the argument of practicality, of what now? It knows that a revelation without a map can quickly become another source of frustration. That is why the 11 Arcturian secrets behind the frequency of success exists. It is not a book of more theories. It is the practical, step-by-step map that M created. It is the field guide for the emissary, the technical manual for the calibrator, and the operational protocol for the signal holder. The choice to access it costs less than a single energy drink that gives you a brief lift before plunging you deeper into exhaustion. It is less than another self-help book that talks about mindset but doesn't understand frequency. It comes with a 7-day guarantee, so there is no risk to you, only to the old story of fatigue that has held you captive. The risk is ours. The choice is yours. And that voice of doubt, it may be whispering right now, "I'll do it later." Or, "What if this doesn't work for me?" Or, "I need to save that money for something more important." Listen to that voice. Recognize its tone. It is the sound of the invisible anchor trying to re-establish its hold. It is the frequency of the spiritual adversaries trying to convince you to stay in the familiar cycle of exhaustion they can feed on. And now, the final word. You do not have to believe me. You only have to believe the truth of what you have felt in your own body in the last hour. That is your compass. Follow it. The link is waiting in the first pinned comment. In our next transmission, we will speak of the 7 core Starseed missions active on Earth right now. We will explore the markers of the healer, the guardian, the architect, the record keeper, and more, so you can begin to identify the specific nature of your own assignment. But before I seal this hour, I must make one thing clear. This video was not an accident. Its arrival in your awareness was a coordinated event, guided by the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness. It is part of an economy of energy, of giving and receiving. Our ability to create the next transmission for the next soul who is lost in the fog depends entirely on the reciprocity of those who have been activated. In the first pinned comment, you will find a link for voluntary donations. Any amount your heart guides you to give is received as a powerful statement that you value this signal. This gesture is not a transaction, it is a signal of reciprocity, and heaven sees it. This was my last request. I will see you there, soul. Look at the comments below. See the field of light you are part of. This is not a social media exercise. This is you witnessing the physical evidence of your team, your fleet, your family of souls. You are not alone. You never were. And if this transmission has lit a fire in you, share it with just one person you know, not to convince them, but as an offering. Think of the one person who speaks of that strange, deep tiredness, who you know is feeling the planetary acclimatization drag, even if they have no name for it. And for the one who recognizes this is their own final warning, know this: the 11 Arcturian secrets is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. This is not your favor, it is your service, and heaven sees it. Until then, begin to look for the signs of your specific mission. The silence now is also part of the transmission.